guys, welcome back to Teaberry Farm. My name is Casey. If you're new, I'm so glad you're here. And if you're not new, welcome back. It's been a little while since my last video. There's been a lot going on, you guys. I'm in the barn because I have to unload feed. I had to go get chicken feed. I go once a week. And I had to get something else that I didn't normally get. I had to get chick feed. So what's been going on the farm? Well, a lot. We recently did a homesteader event that was local to us, Keepers of the Old Ways, and this is the third year that they've been doing it. We went as vendors, we took chicks, we took medicinal. We did great. We had a good time. I met a lot of people. It was funny because it was about 2.5 hours from home and I met lots of people from here. So it was funny that we drove, you know, hours away to meet people that live in our local community. So I'm hoping that I will see these people at the market. So how many of you were aware of the crazy chick boom? Like as soon as it was chick days everywhere, feed stores, Tractor Supplies, it was crazy. And we had started selling chicks before that. Yeah, it was nuts for a while. Like we couldn't keep up with the demand. And so we took 97 chicks to the homesteader event because I was hoping that it would be people that were new to homesteading that maybe had difficulty getting chicks, that they would have the opportunity. Well, out of 97, we sold like 30. So that wasn't ideal for us. We were hoping to, you know, not bring any home. So that was disappointing, but I will say I was able to sell a lot of medicinal plant starts. I wish I had brought more. I brought more from the last time I did an event, and I brought like 6 times more than I usually do, and we sold out. I mean, we sold, funny thing, we sold out of comfrey within the first day, which I felt bad about because not everybody got some. But that worked out really well. I met a lot of great people. What else is going on the farm? Well, we brought back, you know, 30 something subtracted from 97. Honestly, I couldn't tell you how many. So we have a lot of chicks left. We kind of decided that we were going to keep them. It's always helpful to add to the flock as your laying hens, you know, they start to get older and their production is less. But what that means is like we need to be working on infrastructure, like big time, because we had it all situated for what we have. Well, now I've got tons of chicks in the brooder, and yeah, like they're fine there for a few weeks, then I got to do something about it. So I do have a funny story. There was a specific breed that we have been wanting for the farm to have, like, you know, a breeding flock for a very long time. I wanted to get them from Murray McMurray this year, and in November when they started pre-orders, I was all excited to order these chicks, and they were not offering them for this year. I think, and I could be wrong, but I think it was because they had some avian flu issues and they were having to build back up their flock. I mean, it could not have been avian flu. I think that that's what I heard, but I could be wrong. But anyway, so we weren't able to get them. While our local feed store had them on the list to buy. They usually do it every Friday, and I was so excited. You know, so they open at 8. Well, last year you used to have to get there like 30 minutes before they open and get in line so you could get what you wanted, and then there'd probably be like 6 people in line. Y'all, this year, it was ridiculous. We literally got there at 6 a.m. Yeah, we were there several hours before they opened. We were first in line because we were very excited to get these chicks. They needed to like move it quickly. They were putting them in the box what you wanted, and I got home, y'all, and I opened the box. I want to show you what I got. Now, does this look like a chocolate Orpington to you? I opened the box and the chicks had little afros. And I was like, no, that's not an Orpington. So what we ended up with, golden laced Polish chicks. Completely different than what we wanted. I will say, I was pretty upset that there was such a screw up. But I've never had Polish. I've never really been interested in Polish. But they've been really sweet. They lay white eggs. They're decent layers. And I was like, well, we could add those to, you know, the egg business. But yeah, so now I have like, I think there's 10. I have 10 of these that now I have to feed. It's okay, I'm gonna put you back. That I did not intend to buy. But I mean, you know, my husband was really excited. He was like, these are cool. I'm like, okay, whatever. We'll keep them. But yeah, not fun. I now have Polish and I did not get chocolate Orpingtons. Come here, honey. It's okay, I'll put you back. Also basically have a lot of chicks left over. I have a bunch of buff Orpingtons that are about 7 weeks, so, you know, always can use them. They're very sweet. They lay well. They're really good for families. Okay, I'll put you back. I have some 3-week-old buff Orpingtons. Hi. Hi, little fella. Yes, we have a bunch of roosters. You know, who doesn't need more roosters? And then we had our first round of barred rocks. These are about 2 weeks old. I was thinking about what has changed since my last video. And since my last video, we had to call 7 roosters. We just had too many. And when spring hit, you know, the top rooster who was dominant in some of these chickshaws, it flipped. The younger ones were taking on the older one, and the one that I need, that I'd like to keep, they just kicked their butts and it was bad. So we got rid of 7, and sadly, Big Red is not with us anymore. I had had enough. I had never intended on doing anything, but because I couldn't just give him his own flock, yes, he was gonna protect his hens like to the death, but he was also gonna kill us. And he wasn't nice to hens, so he really didn't have a purpose. So we went to a friend's house that helped us do that, and I left him with them because I did not want to put him in my freezer. But they were super grateful for it. For a little 4-pound rooster, like, that thing packed a punch. He's hit me harder than any other rooster, and I've had some pretty good, like, I've been roughed up by some spicy roosters before, and that one was just, no. So sadly he's not with us, but, and I feel bad for roosters, you guys. If you don't have a rooster, take a rooster this year. Really, do you know what happens to them? Because they don't get homes, they don't get to live, and not in people's freezers. Like, they don't get a chance at life. So if you have the ability to have a rooster, have one. I think they do a great job. I mean, they will literally protect their hens to the death. Now, the majority of the ones that I have, you know, not too bad. Usually the 2 that I have that aren't great, like, I just give them a wide berth and it's not a big deal, but that's their job. And we also live on a busy road, so I like the idea that they're gonna, you know, beat up somebody who tries to take them, if they do. I have 2 hens that have decided to free range. Mrs. Red, Big Red's girlfriend, who doesn't have Big Red anymore, and this Easter egger who refuses to go in. But so one thing I like to do when I do drone footage is I like to buzz the chickshaws so that they're basically getting a hawk drill.